What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Glad to see everybody here. Thank you all for coming and showing some support. As I did mention, this will be a brief stream. I've actually got to go pretty soon, but it's been a couple days since I've been live, so I at least wanted to check in with everybody. Let you know I'm still here, still around, just taking a little bit of time while it's slow to enjoy not looking at the charts when nothing's happening. That way I don't FOMO into any bad decisions. But glad to see everybody. Carson, no way. Welcome back to the stream, Carson. It's been quite a while, man. Glad to see you again. Welcome back. What's going on, Rick? Hope you're doing good. Skydive, how's it going? Elbash, what's up? Yet again. And Doge Scotland, welcome to the chat. And thank you for retweeting. I do appreciate that. Shiba, what's going on? Chosen. Let's see. How did you make out with fun? I called it hanging at 7:30. I'm assuming you're talking to one of the others there, because I didn't make that play. But yeah. Anyway, guys, glad to see everybody here. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. I've got a couple minutes here before I have to head out. So what I really just wanted to talk about was the current state of the market. Hey, what's going on, Rafi? Glad to see you back. I appreciate it, man. I am still here, guys, by the way. Don't worry. I'm not, like, stopping streaming or anything. While the market is stalled out, though, it's a nice opportunity to take some time, go on vacation, not look at the charts, you know, while Dogecoin's sitting, not doing anything, while Bitcoin is hanging out at 62. Like, if you don't need to look at the chart and nothing's happening, take a day or two or three or four or a week, whatever you need to do. Just take a glance. Nothing crazy is happening. Just be like, all right, I'm not going to stare at these charts, because what will end up happening is you will get anxious and unsettled, and you might get really bored. And you might start trying to find plays that don't exist. And that's one way that a lot of beginner traders, intermediate traders end up losing money. They just can't sit on their hands and do nothing. So they'll go try and trade a market that really isn't tradable. Like, for example, this right here on Bitcoin. This right here, they'll buy here, try and look for a sell here and a rebuy here and a resell here and then a rebuy here and a resell here. That's best case scenario. And you have very little to go off of that's going to help you to make this play work. So what will probably end up happening is you buy here, you think it's going up, you decide, oh, I'm going to hold long term, then it pulls back, you never sell. Next thing you know, you see it crashing below this level of support, and you're like, maybe I was wrong. So you sell here, then it spikes, you buy here, then you're wrong, and now, this is not what you should be messing with. You want big plays, higher time frame, bigger moves. I buy here, it moves up, maybe I sell here, or I'm still holding, and I'm like, oh, this looks extended, I sell here, rebuy at the 200, at the 100 EMA, sell, a couple thousand later. And these are trades that usually take place over the course of a couple days or a couple weeks. So if we're just ranging or trading sideways, take a little vacation from the charts. Everybody, whether that's myself or whether it's you, everybody deserves a break from at some point, And in trading, it's really healthy to not look at the charts when nothing's happening. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Was Bitcoin $8,000 a glitch a few days ago? There's a couple different theories about what happened. I think according to the actual exchange, what was that, Binance? What they kind of said was there was not a whole lot of liquidity, and one of the whales accidentally did like a massive market sell order where they sold like 400 shares of Bitcoin and dumped them at once. And so because there wasn't a whole lot of liquidity, not a whole lot of trading activity, combined with a whale dumping that much, it just caused a chain reaction, causing the price to sell off, because then demand, decreased substantially. People were able to just buy at a cheaper price, and then, that just keeps laddering down. And then what ended up happening on top of that is once you go below a certain threshold, then you end up triggering people's stop losses, and then you end up liquidating people, which forces them to execute a sell so they can close their position, and then you get this massive chain effect. And that's apparently what happened. I did not see that Doge went to 10, but yeah, I saw the Binance to 8. Byron says, hi, M. It's nice to make money with SHIB's volatility, short and long. Guys, right now, I'm not going to lie. Shiba Inu is the play. If you are looking for some volatility and some market movement and you've been bored and you are itching to trade and you want to find something to trade, Shiba Inu is the volatile asset right now. Dogecoin is barely moving. I would recommend, if you want to mess with Doge, that you buy and you hold at least till towards the end of the year. And that you don't 100% all in, maybe going 50 to 75% and leave some more money or accumulate some more money as time goes on in case the price pulls back a couple cents and then average down. I do think we'll see some positive movement over these next couple months. I do think we'll get a Dogecoin for Tesla announcement. I do think we'll get a Dogecoin for Bitcoin for Tesla announcement. And I do think these catalysts will help Dogecoin to rise in price by the end of the year. But it is not going to be a super volatile play. And it's not going to be a super up and down tomorrow and then up to 30 cents and down to 15. And a lot of that is done with. That was a couple months ago's news. Now, if you want stuff like that, you need to find other altcoins. So Shiba Inu right now is the one that's all over the place. Shiba Inu is a play that I called out months ago. I posted a YouTube video saying, how you can make a quick and easy 30% off SHIB play. It was just a obvious as day opportunity, and it translated into a much bigger play because catalyst after catalyst stacked up. So there's that. And what really ended up happening, Coinbase announcement and then Robinhood announcement, and those two things combined really made it go crazy. And now also they're burning tokens, which is another big thing. Once they figure out what they're going to do and have their own blockchain network and all that, there's going to be even more utility for them. And now what's funny is that ever since they were kind of denounced by Elon, now they're bragging that they don't need Elon Musk. Still the toxic community, but if you can look past that, you've got a coin here that's moving up and down a lot. So and it's relatively stable. Even despite Elon's text, or his tweet rather, the price held up pretty decently. So that's actually good. And it's right back up to 4,000. So I need some not financial advice on SHIB. Does it have more running room after this new all-time high, or should I just take my profits and run? What I've always said is I can see SHIB going up to about 4 or 5. Now, we hit SHIB 4,500. Now, let me go ahead and just pull this chart up for you real quick. Actually, it should be on Webull, right? How convenient. I don't have to go to TradingView anymore. Perfect. I need to cancel my TradingView subscription. Pay like $30 a month to not use the chart. Anyway, so this is where we came from, which is crazy to look at. And this is where we are now. How it started, how it's going. Did it just start raining? Anyway, this right around this area, guys, is when I first said to sell around 3. And what I said, and I'm just going to re-quote myself on what my prediction was at the time. You can go back, find the stream if you want to hear it live, because you don't believe me. All right, but all I did was look at EMAs and think about things just based off how assets tend to trade off hype when there's a pullback or a sell-off or whatever. So I was expecting it to go no higher than 3. It did go a little bit higher than 3. It went to about 3.5, all right, which is fine. But then it started to stall out and sell off. My guess was that it went no lower than 2. 2 was really my level, and worst case scenario, no lower than 1.5. But I said look for a pullback to 2, buy the dip at around 2, and then you can trade that bounce back up to around 3. Or what might end up happening, if it doesn't just double top at 3 and sell off, you could get a breakout, and then the range would be somewhere around 4 to 5. And that's where I see the absolute ceiling being for now. If it goes above and beyond that, cool, do whatever you want. You can YOLO hold on to that if you want. You are at your own risk at that point if you decide to hold way beyond 5 and not take any profits. Just know there could be a pullback. It could sell back off to 2.5 or 3, and you're going to be very upset if you hadn't locked anything in. So I would at least recommend starting to scale out at that point. Don't get too greedy. But the prediction was up to 3, pull back to 2, and then from 2 to 4 or 5. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. We made the move up to 3.5, pulled back here to 2, actually right to 2. and that was just looking at where the EMA should have been right at that time, or it was actually a different time frame, but there was an EMA that was sitting right there at around 2. Plus, if the Robinhood rumor was true and doesn't get denied, these moves, I mean, this would be correct, because Dogecoin did the exact same thing. And when it broke out and made a move up, it didn't just pull, you know, it didn't go from 5 cents to 10 cents to 20, 30, 40, and then pull back to 5 cents. It pulled back to like 20 and then down to 16, and it never went under that again. So for that same reason, if SHIB is coming to Robinhood, SHIB should never be coming back down to these levels ever. There's no reason. The lowest absolute point it should really be coming to is probably going to be somewhere around 2 to 1.5. This area right here is probably the best you'll ever get again, and I would never expect it to go lower than this. If it did, something probably went terribly wrong, and you should be questioning whether or not it's a good idea to be buying, and if that's the actual bottom. It should never go under this again. All right. So if you missed this boat, that's unfortunate. Now we're trading up in this area. Right now we are in the red danger zone here. Right about here. This is the danger zone. This is the Mariano where you're going to take profit zone. It would be absolutely right here in this 4 to 5 area. I am not expecting it to go much over 45, and I would think it would stall out at 5. There was some other rumor that could help propel this a little bit higher. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I just saw it earlier today, and let me see if I can relocate it. Let me see if I can relocate it. Hang on. Well, I will say too, okay, other than announcements and catalysts, the SHIB community is getting stronger now. After this Robinhood announcement, they are starting to get stronger. And after the Elon tweet happened and SHIB didn't completely dump, they got even stronger. So now, as the Doge community has continuously weakened and kind of stalled out over time, the SHIB community is getting stronger. It just is what it is. I call it how I see it. I don't have any bias, except you guys know I don't actually like the coin community very much. But that's just the way things are going right now, which means SHIB's price action, I mean, this could continue to go up a little bit. But at this point, if you're asking what would I do, I would be scaling out at this point. If I bought in anywhere under 2, if that's where I'm holding from, I've already over doubled my money. So I would be taking probably 50 to 75% out, and then I'd just leave the rest in for whatever happens. If I really just plan to hold it for eternity, I would take 50% out. If I was planning to sell the rest towards 5, if it made it, I would take 75% out. I am not a fan of getting greedy. What I could do, sell this at the top here and just flip it and drop it in Doge right now at its relatively low prices and hold that and wait. There's really no point in being greedy and beating this thing until like it's completely dead in just hopes of getting like another, you know, oh, we're at 45, can we get to 55? Or you could take your profit and reinvest it somewhere else that's not overextended. That's the way I think of it. SHIB didn't get any new utility. I mean, nothing crazy really happened to SHIB except for that slight token burn. The only thing that's really happened that sparked this move was Robinhood announcement. So that's why I'm taking that with a bit of a grain of salt when it comes to making a projection for like what's the actual limit of this move going to be. It shouldn't be up here. You know what I mean? I kind of look at this like I would Dogecoin. This right here was Doge. This is 5,000 Satoshi. This is like Dogecoin 5 cents. And so if you just think about this in Dogecoin terms, Dogecoin 5 cents, this right here is like Dogecoin 30 cents, and right now we're at like Dogecoin 42. Maybe we'll make it up to Dogecoin 50 or 60. It's probably not going to go much beyond that. We only made it up to this point on Doge once we had the Elon Musk thing on SNL, and they don't really have anything like that going right now. So to expect to get up here is a little unreasonable. I would expect this area to be the top. That's just the way I look at it. Ship to 5, I hope. Yeah, I'm thinking 5 is probably it. Let's see. But yeah, glad to see you're getting some money off this volatility, guys. And it's moving all over the place. The ups, the downs, you know, you could trade that for sure. Still holding 1 billion SHIB. Wow, that is a lot. Shiba Inu to the moon. Robinhood listing today. Is it actually official? I heard about the rumor, but let's see. SHIB, Robinhood. Oh, Robinhood to list Shiba Inu on November 1st, according to a rumor. So that's pretty big. Wait, and then CoinMomo says here that it would have been today. Is this not the same? Okay, CoinMomo's the one that claimed it was today. Apparently that hasn't happened, and then it listed it as November 1st. So, interesting. Do a quick Doge analysis. All right, guys, I'll do a quick one. I'll talk about Bitcoin for a minute, and then I gotta roll. Yeah, I gotta run. So, Dogecoin right now, guys, it's pretty much at the same spot it's been, and I still have the same things to say about Dogecoin as I did. If you want to be a part of the Dogecoin project and you are wondering, when should I be buying in? The time, in my opinion, is going to be now. I am not a fan of always waiting for the price to go so much lower and trying to get such a good discounted price when there's really no reason. That there's no negative news out. There's no news like post-hype sell-off or anything that we can think of that should make the price go down. And then there's also no technical patterns forming that look bearish that indicate a sell-off is going to happen. What we do know is that if any news does come out for Dogecoin, it's going to be positive, at least at the rate things are going. We're going to get Elon Musk doing some more things with Dogecoin. He was just talking about it yesterday and saying that he held Dogecoin when he said that he didn't hold SHIB, which, by the way, if you did not see that, this is what made Shiba Inu sell off. And this is what made a lot of the community mad. So this SHIB account, Shiba Inu hodler, said, hey, Elon Musk, how much SHIB are you holding? Hoping that he'd say that he's holding some and the price would pump. And he said none. And that made the price crash very quickly. And everybody was very mad at the SHIB account for asking because they didn't get the answer they wanted. And now they're saying, we don't need Elon anyway. Look at our coin. Look at us. And they're proving that to be true, so good for them. But I just thought that was hilarious because if he said he was holding it, they would have said the complete opposite thing. Guys, we have Elon support. I just don't like that kind of behavior. But anyway, Dogecoin is doing just fine here. Dogecoin is still near 25 cents. I've always said 20 to 25 is my instant buy-in area. And anything over 25, I start getting a little angsty. But if you miss the 25 window, I think you should still be looking at anything kind of under 27. Because once we get to 30 and above, you kind of miss the dip. You're still buying relatively low, but you missed the whole discount down here, the clearance. And now you're just buying at like 10% off or something. So I would be starting to buy and accumulate a position over time now. And then by the time we get to like Dogecoin 40 cents, which is not even hard to do, you'll have almost doubled your money. Just keep it simple like that. Worst case scenario, Dogecoin should not be seeing anything under 16 cents. It's already proven that it does not have any interest in going under that. So your potential loss, 10 cents. Worst case scenario. Realistically, it's probably going to be more like Dogecoin going maybe down to 19 on a really bad day, which is only like 7 cents. Your potential gain, Dogecoin to 40 to 50 to actually maybe 55 to 60 short term, which is 2 to 3x. So the risk to reward is in your favor. Looking at the chart here, there's nothing really to make note of. Dogecoin's just been low volume, trading sideways, no good news, no bad news, just chilling at 25, 26 cents. So it is what it is. And then really quick, guys, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the big dog here. Bitcoin still super, super, super bullish on Bitcoin. And what's probably going to end up happening here, once everybody loads up on this little dip, because we did make a move up to 67K on Bitcoin. Once everyone loads up and is done loading up at the 60 to 63,000 dip, we are probably going to continue taking off and then head towards like the 70 to 80,000 range. And I think once we get around there is when we'll start to see Dogecoin make its run for 30. And then once Dogecoin claims 30 cents and holds above 30 cents, everybody will start becoming bullish again, because 30 is really that mental level. When people see Doge above 30, they automatically start talking positively about Dogecoin, and a lot of the Dogecoin bears and haters fade into the background. But then once we're under 30 and once we're close to 20 or even under 20s, people are saying, oh, Dogecoin's dying. It's just what always happens. It's a back and forth. Is 10,000% Doge breakout at this market cap level possible? It's not. I would just say no. I would say it's more possible than it is realistic, but it's also not realistic. And it's kind of also not possible at the same time. I mean, if you just look at Dogecoin's market cap right now, 34 billion, right? And SHIB right here is at 16 billion, doing a good job hanging out. The top leader is only, what is this? Quick math. About 4x. About 40x. 40x Dogecoin right now. All right. And so what would that be percentage wise? Would that be, that would be 4,000% gain. So if Dogecoin had a 4,000% gain from current, that's when it would match Bitcoin's market cap. There is no reason for Dogecoin at this point in time to be worth what Bitcoin's worth. There is no reason for it to even be worth what Ethereum's worth right now in its current state. It needs some more updates. It needs some more work to be done. It needs some more acceptance. Dogecoin, best case scenario right now, can probably go towards $1. It's going to need that update finished to lower transaction fees, and it's going to need better adoption and just better, just a more positive outlook from the general majority, like the public, before I think we can start entertaining a market cap above Ethereum. It does have a lot of potential. I am a Dogecoin fan, but I'm just realistic in saying that at this current time, it's very unreasonable to think that Dogecoin can do anything more than like 400x. I'm sorry, like 400% gain, which would be like a 4x. People saying just based off technicals that Dogecoin could, you know, following pattern from before, it could break out and go to like 100,000% gain. I mean, they're looking strictly at a chart and saying this happened before, it could happen again, but that does not factor in anything like realistic as far as what market cap actually stands for and valuing projects. And, you know, they were also saying SHIB to what, $100 by the end of the year, and SHIB is, I mean, I'm sorry, ADA, and ADA is still sitting at $2, and we have a month left. It has not budged. There's a lot of people that are just doing technical analysis and they're not considering fundamentals, which is equally important, if not more important. Those two things have to be put side by side at all times. So, on a chart, is Dogecoin 10,000% gain possible? Sure, it might look like it, but realistically, no. Definitely not. Definitely not. But I'd love to see it. I do have SHIB, and I do have Dogecoin, so I would love a 10,000% gain. It's just not going to happen though. Not by December. Maybe next year. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. I do have to wrap up and head to where I need to go. Appreciate you guys hanging out for this stream. I'm going to keep it short. I'll be back probably, if not tomorrow, in a couple days, just like I was. Like I said, while the market is moving really slow, I am kind of taking it slow and taking this opportunity to refresh my eyes. We've been staring at the Dogecoin chart. I mean, from, what was it? The beginning of May when I first started streaming with you guys till about September, barely missing one day. We were doing like 7 days a week for like 3 months straight. So now's a nice time to take a break and not look at the charts while Dogecoin is just trading sideways. But as soon as it picks back up, we'll be back to it every single day again. That much I'm sure of. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if